Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Bhavishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmar Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Bhavishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmar Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Bhavishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmar Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Bhavishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashatashmar Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Bhavishya Mahabhagavat Srila Bhaksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Bhavishya Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitil Bhavishya Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patadash Raghunath Shar Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. नाम चैश लहरस ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंज श्याम कुंज की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। दंडवत प्रणाम इंदिरा माता जी। Okay. Sharing my screen. There. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad-Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Namine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauratishe namaha. Guruve gaurachandraya radhikaya tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna bhaktaya tadbhaktaya namo namaha. Yam pravrajantam anupetam apeta krityam dvaipayano viraha katara ajuhavo putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedu stang sarvabhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. Narayanam namaskritam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Shinvatang swakata Krishna punya shavana kirtana Redantasto yabhadrani vedunoti suritsatam Nashta prayeshva badreshu nityang bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Tavai vasmi na jivami tvaya vina Iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamam charanantikam Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshay Kshiptashtaka titaranga madhe Kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna Vrinde namaste charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. All right, so today we are reading about the calculation of time from the atom. And so we're going to read, time also has small and big divisions like matter. It's the first 4 verses, then then from 5 to 15, divisions of time. Then Vidura's inquiry about those who are beyond one kalpa, the duration of yugas, the duration of Manus, and that's what we'll read up to today. That's the first half of the chapter. All right. And I sent these charts out for those who are in the daily Bhagavatam WhatsApp group. So if you want to join that group, you can send me a message and I will send you the link. All right. Maitreya uvacha charama sarvisheshanam aneka sangyuta sada paramanu savegyeyo nrinam aikya pramoyata. One second, I just need to do one quick thing. All right. Okay, I'm done. The material manifestation's ultimate particle, which is indivisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as an invisible identity, even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The atomic description of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is almost the same as the modern science of atomism. And this is further described in the Paramanu-vad of Kannada. In modern science also, the atom is accepted as the ultimate indivisible particle of which the universe is composed. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the full text of all descriptions of knowledge, including the theory of atomism. The atom is the minute, subtle form of eternal time. Sata eva padartasya swarupa avastitasya yat kaivalyam paramamahan avishesha nirantara. Oh, Janardhan, I got your message, so I will send you the link after I'm finished reading. Atoms are the ultimate state of the manifest universe. When they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies, they are called unlimited oneness. They are certainly different bodies in physical forms, but the atoms themselves form the complete manifestation. Evam kalopyanumita sukshme stole chasatama samstana bhukta bhagavan avyakta vyakta bhug vibhu. One can estimate time by measuring the movement of the atomic combination of bodies. Time is the potency of the almighty personality of Godhead Hari, who controls all physical movement, although he is not visible in the physical world. Sakala paramanurvai yo bhunkte paramanutam sato vishesha bhogyastu sakala paramo mahan. Atomic time is measured according to its covering. Atomic time is measured according to its covering a particular atomic space. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of atoms is called the great time. Purport. Time and space are two correlative terms. Time is measured in terms of its covering a certain space of atoms. Standard time is calculated in terms of the movement of the sun. The time covered by the sun in passing over an atom is calculated as atomic time. The greatest time of all covers the entire existence of the non-dual manifestation. All the planets rotate and cover space, and space is calculated in terms of atoms. Each planet has its particular orbit for rotating, in which it moves without deviation. And similarly, the sun has its orbit. The complete calculation of the time of creation, maintenance, and dissolution, measured in terms of the circulation of the total planetary systems until the end of creation, is known as the supreme call. The complete calculation of creation, maintenance, and dissolution, measured in terms of the circulation of the total planetary systems until the end of the creation, is known as the supreme call. Anurdva paramanu syat trasarenus trayasmrita jalarka rashmavagata kam evanu patan agat. The division of gross time is calculated as follows. 2 atoms make 1 double atom, and 3 double atoms make 1 hex atom. This hex atom is visible in the sunshine, which enters through the holes of a window screen. One can clearly see that the hex atom goes up towards the sky. Oops. One second. The atom is described as an invisible particle. The atom is described as an invisible particle, but when 6 such atoms combine together, they are called a trasarenu, and this is visible in the sunshine pouring through the holes of a window screen. Trasarenu trikam bhunkte ya kala satruti smrita shatabhagastu vedasyat taistribhistu lavasmrita. The time duration needed for the integration of 3 trasarenus is called a truti, and 100 trutis make 1 Veda. These Vedas make 1 lava. These are all words that we hear in kirtans. Truti yugayate and lava matra sadhu sangha. It is calculated that if a second is divided into 1687.5 parts, each part is the duration of a truti, which is the time occupied in the integration of 18 atomic particles. Such a combination of atoms into different bodies creates the calculation of material time. The sun is a central point for circulating all different durations. Nimeshastri lavageya amnataste trayakshana kshanam pancha vidukashtam laguta dasha panchasa. The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimesha. The combination of 3 nimeshas makes 1 kshana. 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kashta, and 15 kashtas make 1 lagu. And what's nimesha? Where do we see nimesha? Is in Shikshashtakam, right? How does it go? Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravishayitam. So neat. Okay. By calculation, it is found that 1 lagu is equal to 2 minutes. The atomic calculation in terms of Vedic wisdom may be converted into present time with this understanding. Laghuni Vaisamanata Dasha Pancha Chanadika Te Dve Muhurta Prahara Shadyama Saptavandrinam. 15 lagus make one nadika, which is also called a danda. Danda dande dande seva sat prahare prahare ar dande dande seva sat. 2 dandas make one muhurta, and 6 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of a day or night, according to human calculation. Dvadasharda palonmanam chaturangulai Svarnamashai krita chidram yavat prasta jalam plutam. The measuring pot for one nadika, or danda, can be prepared with a 6 pala weight, 14-ounce pot of copper, in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masha and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed in water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called 1 danda. That is so cool. Purport. It is advised herein that the bore in the copper measuring pot must be made with a probe weighing not more than 4 masha and measuring not longer than 4 fingers. This regulates the diameter of the hole. The pot is submerged in water, and the overflowing time is called a danda. This is another way of measuring the duration of a danda, just as time is measured by sand in a glass. It appears in the days of Vedic civilization there was no dearth of knowledge in physics, chemistry, or higher mathematics. Measurements were calculated in different ways, as simply as could be done. That'd be a cool alternative to measuring glass. Okay. I want to look this up on YouTube. I bet people have made examples of this way of measuring. Okay. If I find a video on YouTube, I'll share it tomorrow. Yamash chatvaro martyana mahani ube paksha pancha dashahani shukla krishnascha manada. It is calculated that there are 4 prahars, which are also called yamas. It's calculated that there are 4 prahars, which are also called yamas, in the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Okay, so there's 4 prahars in the day and 4 in the night. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month. Tayo samuchayo masa pitrinam taraharnisham Dadav ritus sharayanam dakshinam chotaram divi. The aggregate of 2 fortnights is 1 month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for the Pitta planets. 2 of such months comprise 1 season, and 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. Ayane chahani prahur vatsara dvadasha smrita sangvatsara shatamdrinam paramayur nirupitam. 2 solar movements make 1 day and night of the demigods. And that combination of day and night is one complete calendar year for the human being. Okay. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. So 1 year for us is 1 day for the demigods. Right? Is that what it's saying? I think so. Grahaksha tarakchakrasta paramandvadina jagat samvatsara vasanena paryetyani misho vibhu. Influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the sun is the eye of the Supreme, and it rotates in its particular orbit of time. Similarly, beginning from the sun down to the atom, all bodies are under the influence of the Kala Chakra, or the orbit of eternal time, and each of them has a scheduled orbital time of 1 samvatsar. Samvatsar is a year. Samvatsara parivatsara ida vatsara evacha anuvatsara vatsarascha viduraivam prabhashyate. There are 5 different names for the orbits of the sun. There are 5 different names for the orbits of the sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the firmament. And they each have their own samvatsar, their own year, their own system of a year. And firmament is the heavens or the sky, especially when regarded as a tangible thing. Thunder strikes the firmament. Okay. Purport. The subject matters of physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, time, and space dealt with in the above verses of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam are certainly very interesting to students of the particular subject. But as far as we are concerned, we cannot explain them very thoroughly in terms of technical knowledge. The subject is summarized by the statement that above all the different branches of knowledge is the supreme control of Kala, the plenary portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing exists without him, and therefore everything, however wonderful it may appear to our meager knowledge, is but the work of the magical wand of the Supreme Lord. As far as time is concerned, we beg to subjoin herein a table of timings in terms of the modern clock. Okay. Actually, we have a more clear chart here instead of that. Let's look at this chart. Right? Is this the same thing? Yes, it is. Okay. So this is an approximate of modern time. One Shruti is 1/813,500 second. 1 beta, 100 Shrutis. Anyways, you can see this. 1 lava is 8/45 of a second. Nimesha, 8/15 of a second. Shana, 8. Kashta, 8 seconds. Lagu, 2 minutes. Madhika Danda, 30 minutes. Muhurta, 1 hour. Prahar or Yam, 3 hours. Day and night, 24 hours. Fortnight, 15 days. Month, 30 days. Season, 2 months. Ayana, 6 months. Year, 12 months. Okay. 2 pakshas comprise 1 month, and 12 months comprise 1 calendar year, or 1 full orbit of the sun. A human being is expected to live up to 100 years. That is the way of the controlling measure of eternal time. The Brahma Samhita 552 affirms this control in this way. Yachakshuresha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramurti ashesha teja yasya brahmati sambrita kala chakro govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, under whose control even the sun, which is considered to be the eye of the Lord, rotates within the fixed orbit of eternal time. The sun is the king of all planetary systems and has unlimited potency in heat and light. Yasreja shaktim urudochavasayam sashaktya pungso brahmaya dividavati bhuta bheda kalakyaya gunamayam kratubhir vitanvams tasmai balim harata vatsara panchakaya. O Vidura, the sun enlivens all living entities with his unlimited heat and light. He diminishes the duration of life of all living entities in order to release them from their illusion of material attachment. And he enlarges the path of elevation to the heavenly kingdom. He thus moves in the firmament with great velocity, and therefore everyone should offer him respects once every 5 years with all ingredients of worship. Everyone should offer respect to the sun every 5 years. Okay. Vidura uvacha is Vidura's inquiry about who are beyond one kalpa. Pitrideva manusyanam ayuparamidam smritam parisham gatamachakshva yeshu kalpar bahirvida. Vidura said, I now understand the life durations of the residents of the Pitta planets and heavenly planets, as well as that of the human beings. Now kindly inform me of the durations of life of those greatly learned living entities who are beyond the range of a kalpa. Purport. The partial dissolution of the universe that takes place at the end of Brahma's day does not affect all the planetary systems. The planets of highly learned living entities, like the sages Sanak and Bhrigu, are not affected by the dissolutions of the millenniums. All the planets are of different types, and each is controlled by a different kala chakra, or schedule of eternal time. The time of the Earth planet is not applicable to other, more elevated planets. Therefore, Vidura herein inquires about the duration of life on other planets. Bhagavan Vedakalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nanu Vishvam Vichakshate Dhira Yogaradhena Chakshusha. O spiritually powerful one, you can understand the movements of eternal time, which is the controlling form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you are a self-realized person, you can see everything by the power of mystic vision. Purport. Those who have reached the highest perfectional stage of mystic power can see everything in the past, present, and future. They are called kalagyas. Those who can see everything in the past, present, and future. Similarly, the devotees of the Lord can see everything clearly that is revealed that is in the revealed scriptures. The devotees of Lord Shri Krishna can very easily understand the science of Krishna, as well as the situation of the material and spiritual creations without difficulty. Devotees do not have to endeavor for any yoga siddhi or perfection in mystic powers. They are competent to understand everything by the grace of the Lord, who is sitting in everyone's heart. Maitreya uvacha kritam treta dvaparam cha kalischeti chaturyugam devyar dvadashabhir varshai savadhanam nirupitam. So now we're going to read about the duration of yugas, to verse 22. Maitreya said, O Vidura, the 4 millenniums are called the Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali yugas. The aggregate number of years of all these combined, the aggregate number of years of all of these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. Purport. The years of the demigods are equal to 360 years of humankind. As will be clarified in the subsequent verses, 12,000 of the demigods' years, including the transitional periods which are called yugas, comprise the total. That comprises the total of the aforementioned 4 millenniums. Thus, the aggregate of the above-mentioned 4 millenniums is 4,320,000 years. Chatvari trinidve chaikam kritadishu yatakramam sankyatani sahasrani dvigunani shatani cha. The duration of the Satya millennium equals 4,800 years of the years of the demigods. The duration of the Dwapar millennium equals 2,400 years. And that of the Kali Yuga millennium is 1,200 years of the demigods. So they're all double each other. What about Treta? Treta seems to be missing from this. Satya, Dwapar, and Kali. Anyhow. As aforementioned, 1 year of the demigods is equal to 360 years of the human beings. The duration of Satya Yuga is therefore 4,800 times 360, or 1,728,000 years. The duration of Treta Yuga is 3,600 times 360, or 1,296,000 years. The duration of the Dwapar Yuga is 2,400 times 360, or 864,000 years. And the last, the Kali Yuga, is 1,200 times 360, or 432,000 years. Oh, okay. Are you Indira Mataji, are you saying that it is in the book but not on my screen? One second. What verse is this? This is verse 19. Oh, yes. Okay. So, in the book, I'm just looking at the book, it says the duration of the Treta millennium equals 3,600 years of the demigods. Okay, it was missing a line. This, every now and then there's a mistake in here. Anyhow. Okay. 19. Sandhya sandhyangshayorantarya kala shatashankyayo tamevahuryugam tajgya yatra dharmo vidiyate. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years as aforementioned, are known as yugas, yuga sandhyas. Okay, wait, let me reread that. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years as aforementioned, are known as yuga sandhyas. Okay, are conjunctions of 2 millenniums, according to the expert astronomers. In those periods, all kinds of religious activities are performed. Dharmash chatushpamanujan krite samanuvartate sa evayanyeshva dharmena vyekti padena vartata. O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintains the principles of religion. But in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion. But in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion was proportionately admitted. Purport. In the Satya millennium, complete execution of religious principles prevailed. Gradually, the principles of religion decreased by 1 part in each of the subsequent millenniums. In other words, at present, there is 1 part religion and 3 parts irreligion. Therefore, people in this age are not very happy. Trailoka yuga sahasra bahira brahmano dinam tavateva nishatata yanimilati vishvasrik. Outside of the 3 planetary systems, Svarga, Martya, and Patal, the 4 yugas multiplied by 1,000 comprise 1 day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. So Brahma sleeps 12 hours a day, 12 of his hours a day. Purport. When Brahma goes to sleep in his nighttime, the 3 planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. In his sleeping condition, Brahma dreams about the Garbhodakshai Vishnu and takes instruction from the Lord for the rehabilitation of the devastated area of space. Okay, so he's still working in his sleep. He's getting his instructions in his sleep. Yeah, and it's probably not an easy job to create everything, so he needs his sleep. Okay. Nishavasana arabdo loka kalpo nuvartate yavadinam bhagavato manum bhunjangs chaturdasha. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the 3 worlds begins again. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the 3 worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist throughout the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus, or fathers of mankind. Purport. At the end of the life of each Manu, there are shorter dissolutions also. Samsam kala manur bhunkte sadhikam hekasaptitam. Each and every Manu enjoys a life of a little more than 71 sets of 4 millenniums. Purport. The duration of life of a Manu comprises 71 sets of 4 millenniums, as described in the Vishnu Puran. The duration of life of 1 Manu is about 852,000 years in the calculation of the demigods, or in the calculation of human beings, 306,720,000 years. Manvantareshu manavas tarvyangsya rishaya sura bhavanti chaiva yugapat sureshashchanu ye chatam. After the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order, along with his descendants, who rule over the different planets. But the 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as the Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with Manu. Purport. There are 14 Manus in 1 day of Brahma, and each of them has different descendants. Esha dainandina sargo brahmastrailoka vartana tiryana pritridevanam sambhavo yatra karmabhi. In the creation during Brahma's day, the 3 planetary systems, Svarga, Martya, and Patal, revolve. And the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, demigods, and pitas, appear and disappear in terms of their fruitive activities. Manvantareshu bhagavan bibrat sattvam samurtibhi manvati bir idam vishvam avatyudita paurusha. In each and every change of Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears by manifesting his internal potency in different incarnations, as Manu and others. Thus he maintains the universe by discovered power. Okay, this is where I wrote we would read up to, but we still have 15 minutes. So shall we just continue reading? Let's see, what is the next section? I'm just looking. From 28 to 32 is the destruction at the end of a kalpa. Let's try to make it to 32, yeah? And then we... Tamamatramapadaya. Oh wait, one second. Let's just see the... Okay, duration of yugas. There's a chart. Demigod years and human years. And then duration of Manus. Now, destruction at the end of a kalpa. Okay. Sorry. Tantramapadaya pratisamruddha vikrama kalenano gatashesha aste tushnim dinatyaye. At the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution, and everything is silent. Purport. This verse is an explanation of the night of Brahma, which is the effect of the influence of time in touch with an insignificant portion of the modes of material nature in darkness. The dissolution of the three worlds is affected by the incarnation of darkness, Rudra, represented by the fire of eternal time which blazes over the three worlds. These three worlds are known as Bhu, Bhuva, and Sva, Patal, Martya, and Svarga. The innumerable living entities merge into that dissolution, which appears to be the dropping of the curtain of the scene of the Supreme Lord's energy, and so everything becomes silent. Tam evanvapidiyante lokabhuradayastraya nishayam anuvrittayam nirmukta shashi bhaskaram. When the night of Brahma ensues, all the three worlds are out of sight, and the sun and the moon are without glare, just as in the due course of an ordinary night. Purport. It is understood that the glare of the sun and moon disappear from the sphere of the three worlds, but the sun and the moon themselves do not vanish. They appear in the remaining portion of the universe, which is beyond the sphere of the three worlds. The portion in dissolution remains without sun rays or moon glow. It all remains dark and full of water, and there are indefatigable winds, as explained in the following verses. Trilokam Dhyahamanayam Shakta Sankarsanagnina Yantushmana Maharlokaj Janam Prikvadayortita. The devastation takes place due to the fire emanating from the mouth of Sankarshan, and thus great sages like Bhrigu and other inhabitants of Maharlok transport themselves to Janaloka, being distressed by the warmth of the blazing fire which rages through the three worlds below. I wonder if an illustration has been done of this. That would be so cool to see. Video. Yeah. Tavatri bhuvanam sadya kalpantai dhitasan sindhava plavayanti utkatatopa chandavateritormaya. At the beginning of the devastation, all the seas overflow, and hurricane winds blow very violently. Thus the waves of the seas become ferocious, and in no time at all, the three worlds are full of water. Oh wow, that must mean there's like tidal waves like crashing on planets and stuff. That's pretty awesome. It is said that the blazing fire from the mouth of Sankarshan rages for 100 years of the demigods, or 36,000 human years. Then for another 36,000 years, there are torrents of rain, accompanied by violent winds and waves, and the seas and oceans overflow. These reactions of oh God, I think it's so annoying. Anyhow, these reactions of worlds. People forget all these devastations of the worlds and think themselves happy in the material progress of civilization. This is called Maya, or that which is not. 32. I'm sorry, this is bugging me too much. This word missing in the... Okay, there's a line missing. So these reactions of 72,000 years are the beginning of the partial devastation of the three worlds. Yeah, maybe I should read from, I'm using prabhupadbooks.com, but I should probably just read database.io. Antasa tasmin shalila aste nantasano hari yoga nitra nimilaksha stuyamano janalaya. The Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, lies down in the water on the seat of Ananta with his eyes closed, and the inhabitants of the Janaloka planets offer their glorious prayers unto the Lord with folded hands. Purport. We should not understand the sleeping condition of the Lord to be the same as our sleep. Here the word yoga nidra is specifically mentioned, which indicates that the Lord's sleeping condition is also a manifestation of his internal potency. Whenever the word yoga is used, it should be understood to refer to that which is transcendental. In the transcendental stage, all activities are always present, and they are glorified by prayers of great sages like Bhrigu. All right, we made it up to 32. Maybe we should continue reading. We still have 10 minutes. Up to 37, Brahma's lifespan. Let's do it up to 37. Evam vidaraho raktrai kala ghatyo palakshitai apakshitam ivasyapi paramayur vayashatam. Indeed, let's note what, should we not read up to 37? I'm just going to read this verse until I see your response. Thus, the process of the exhaustion of the duration of life exists for every one of the living beings, including Lord Brahma. One's life endures for only 100 years in terms of the times in the different planets. Purport. Oh, okay, you have to go? Okay. Okay, so start from tomorrow, we will read from 33 to 42, the end of the chapter, and then we'll also read some of chapter 12. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Grangadhari Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Maha-Bhagavat Srila Goksharas Babri Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Babri Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patitash Raghunath Shar Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Nama Jai Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Gaura Mandal Braja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. That's such a cool picture. Anyhow. Vrindai Tulsidevai Priyai Keshavascha Krishna Bhakti Paradevi Sattvatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. We ended early today. Alright, see you all tomorrow.